Okay, so today we're going to be specifically talking about how we can narrow a topic to a seed story. So, yesterday we got to write down lots of ideas, lots of feelings that we felt, emotions that made us think of something we could write about, and even memories with special people. Well, you only are going to pick one of those ideas, right? So be thinking about which idea you're going to choose today. And that idea is probably pretty big of an idea. So we have to think about how we can narrow it down to be a small moment in time, because we want this personal narrative to be a small moment in time. You don't need to be writing about if you went to the beach for the week. You don't need to tell me about your entire beach trip. Well, in the morning time, we woke up at 6 a.m. and we got in the car. We drove and drove and drove and drove. We stopped to use the rest area, and then we drove and drove, and then we went to McDonald's. And then finally we got there and we checked into our hotel. And when we checked into our hotel, we brought in all of our bags. And then after that, we went to the pool. And then after that, we went to go eat. And then after that, we came back, we went to sleep. And the next morning, we woke up and we went to the beach and the waves crashed. Okay, do you see where I'm going with that? First of all, that's boring. There's no detail. Second of all, that is way too big of a moment. We don't need to know about the entire week that you went on vacation. Pick something special that happened. So, for example, let's think about a whole watermelon. Watermelon's pretty big, right? So the idea that I'm going to use is a story about my trip to the zoo. So, okay, I went to the zoo. But we need to make that a little bit smaller. So then let's break that into just a piece of a watermelon. Well, while you were at the zoo, maybe you had a favorite animal. So a story about my favorite animals from my trip to the zoo. So then you would write about the lion, the tiger, the bear, all of that. Well, that's still kind of a big idea. So then you want to narrow it down even more to the seed. And that could be choosing one of those animals and writing a story about it. A story about feeding the giraffe when I went to the zoo. So that's something that personally happened to you, and it's just about one of the animals in the zoo. Okay? So let's read some examples of what I mean about this. The first story, these are both very short stories, but we're going to kind of talk about how they're written. My 8th birthday. My most favorite memory was of my 8th birthday. I remember I was so anxious for everyone to come over to my house, and Mom and I spent a long time decorating the house. I waited in the living room by the front door most of the morning. My friends came over around lunchtime. We ordered cheese pizza and ate it outside in my backyard. Next, we played some really fun games with balloons. Mom and Dad bought a piñata, too. We all got a chance to hit the piñata with a stick. My brother Gavin got the last hit. That broke it open. The candy went everywhere. After that, my friends and family sang happy birthday to me. I made a wish and blew out all my candles. Mom served cake to everyone until it was gone. When we were finished with our cake, we played tag and chased each other. A little later, my friends' parents came to pick them up. It was time for everyone to go home. One by one, I watched them all drive away. I was sad to see my friends leave, but we had such great time together. I was excited to finally turn 8. Mom and Dad worked hard to plan my special day. I will never forget that day and all of its fun memories. What did this person do? Well, they wrote about their birthday, but they wrote about from the beginning of the birthday all the way to the end of the birthday. So they didn't really talk specifically about one special moment. They talked about a lot of things. Let's talk about the difference between that and this. This is called 8 Candles. Ethan, are you boys ready to come in and sing? My mom called to me and my friends. I could feel a smile take over my face the minute my mom finished her sentence. I looked at my friends with my eyebrows raised. We stopped the game of football that we were playing to kill time and quickly started towards the door. Say goodbye to 7, Ethan, and hello to 8, hollered my good friend Jeff. We ran inside and began circling around our big wooden dining room table. Suddenly, I saw it sitting there in the middle of the table, almost glowing. It was shaped like a football and frosted in light brown frosting. Happy birthday, Ethan, was written in bright yellow frosting across the side. There were little white laces decorating the top of the cake, and they ran from one end to the other. Mom let me choose my own cake, and everyone knew about my love for football. The cake was perfect, but the 8 candles that were poked up into the top made it even better. Now for the best part. My friends began singing happy birthday in unison. I watched their mouths move and their smiles get bigger. Mom continued singing with them and put her arm around me halfway through the song. As the song ended, I took a big breath, preparing for my big moment. I closed my eyes tight and pictured my wish coming true in my head. I blew all the air I could out of my lungs towards the cake. I opened my eyes to see everyone cheering and each candle letting smoke stream into the air. I really can't think of a happier moment. So you can tell that this first story was about his entire birthday. There wasn't really a lot of detail, but this story was about one specific moment, and that was him going inside for them to eat cake, sing to him, and blow out his candles and make his wish. So today, you are going to fill out this chart, and you're going to turn it in. Think of a big idea that you have, and you can use the ideas from this week that you've already done. Try to think of a smaller idea and then a smaller idea. And you need to, again, create text boxes and then write this down.